Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another comic book review. And like I said in the previous video, I'm kind of backed up on a lot of these books, so I can't really dedicate a full video to a single issue. So we're going to check out the first 3 issues of Firepower, which all came out. I actually did a review on the channel of Firepower number 1, when it was the free comic book. And I also recently did a review of this Firepower Prelude, the original graphic novel taking place before the series. But we're just going to go quickly through these books here. Like I said, I already have a more in-depth review of this, which you can check out. I'll put a link in the description. And it's a new series from Image Comics and Skybound, written by Robert Kirkman with artwork by Chris Samnee. And a lot of people have left me comments actually saying, oh, it's an Iron Fist ripoff, which it may or may not be. I honestly don't know anything about Iron Fist because I'm more of a DC guy than Marvel, so I don't really know what's going on with Iron Fist. But this takes place 15 years later, after Volume 1, The Prelude, and our main character, Owen Johnson, has a wife, Kellie, a dog, and 2 kids, and he's just living a normal family life here. And basically, they're going to have a barbecue later on in the day. And so Owen and his daughter go to the grocery store to get hot dog and hamburger buns, to which he runs into this character, Guang, who was a former partner of his at the, in China, learning martial arts with Wei Lun and all the other martial artists. And he's saying, we need help. You gotta meet me at the basketball court at midnight. And then he's just having some heart-to-heart father-daughter moment here. And he gets home, and his wife, Kellie, who I kind of figure she's like Karen. I mean, look at that hairdo. And she's all pissed off. You're late! Oh! And he's got to cook the hot dogs and hamburgers. He's got his father having a big party there. Everyone's hanging out. And then they reveal that Kellie is a police officer. And there's his parents. They reveal that Owen is actually... his parents are Chinese, but he was adopted, so he's American parents, and that was the whole thing about going to China to learn who his real parents were, as well as learn some martial arts. And you can see a little ninja lurking in the shadows up above. So they're going to bed, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not tired yet, Kellie, so I got to go, meet Ma Guang at the basketball court at midnight." So he meets him, and he mentions the fact that Wei Lun is gone, who was the master of the martial art facility. And he's like, we need you, because I guess Owen was the strongest one there. And they mentioned the fact that Ling Zan died. And they're trying to figure out who killed her. They believe that Owen might have killed her, but they don't know for sure. So they have a little sparring match. And Owen's able to summon the firepower. It's sort of like the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball. And to that, Ma Guang is defeated and apologizes and says, you loved her, Ling Zan, he's talking about. And Owen would never have killed her. So they embraced. They must have been friends back in the day. You'll learn more about that if you read the Volume 1 of the original graphic novel. And he makes his way back home, ready for bed. And he sees the ninja that was spying on them before on their ceiling. And he wakes up to that cliffhanger. And then in every issue, they have a sort of back and forth, Robert and Chris here. And they talk about how they did the original graphic novel just to give... Now, this original graphic novel was written in 2019, and they've done a lot of things. You can tell by just reading this that they have a lot of issues already done. They have the original graphic novel for backstory already done, and they mention the fact that each issue can be anywhere from 20 pages to 40 pages to 16 pages. However they feel the story is going to go, they're going to not construe it to 32 issues no matter what. They're going to make it fit the specific story, and here's some sketches and all that sort of thing. And very good. So that was more dialogue and getting you introduced. And this issue is more action-packed, with not a whole lot of dialogue. So it literally takes place right after the last issue ended, where the ninjas on the ceiling there. And like I said, no dialogue whatsoever. Just all-out action going back and forth with this ninja. And then it's revealed that there's like 3 or 4 other ninjas in the house. And the reason why there's no dialogue is because really Owen's trying to be quiet because he doesn't wake his wife or the kids up. So he's trying to be as quiet as possible. And you see he's like knocking things over, breaking doors, knocking a glass of water over, and he's still able to be silent enough not to wake him. There's the son right there sleeping. And finally he uses the firepower and like lights him on fire, not lighting the house down. And then the dog starts barking, arf, arf, arf. And then Kellie comes down with the shotgun. You learned in the last issue she's a police officer, so she's armed up. She's got the weapons, and Owen just has his bare knuckles to defend himself and fire, more or less. So Ma Guang actually shows up and says, I I'm desperate. I needed, these guys to knock some sense into you so that you'll return to help us. So, Ma Guang is like, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to leave anyway. And then it's revealed that there's another ninja lurking on the rooftop here, and he makes his way back to whoever his master is, and he says, they're playing games, they're not prepared for what's coming, none of them are. And it's revealed to be Wei Lun. Sorry, I can't see that. Let me pull it closer. That's what I was afraid of. And this is Wei Lun, who is actually the master from the Prelude, the original graphic novel. And it reveals on his arm, he's got the tattoo of the Scorched Earth clan, which is interesting because that was the rival faction. So it's interesting that he's possibly the traitor. So then, this past week, mind you, this came out, I think in August. Let's just see, because this tells you on the back. Then this one came out, I guess in September? Or maybe October, I'm not sure. So yeah, these two both, this one came out in July, this one came out in August. And then this one just came out in September. And it's the next morning now, and he's taking the dog to take a poop out there. And, Kellie's getting ready to go for her partner, the police officer, and they're joking, we got good coffee and donuts. And then he takes the kids to school. And the daughter is going on, she starts talking to him about, climate change or something. I don't know, some stupid nonsense. But he's here reflecting, eating a sandwich, and he's reflecting on his love, Ling, who you'll learn about from the Prelude, the original graphic novel. And she had died. You were revealed that in the first issue. And here was, a flashback to some of their battles at in China. And, the wife, Kellie, and her partners doing some typical crimes here. And this is right here where Owen is training his kids the art of firepower. And the daughter is like, oh, we don't need that. It's climate change or something, But they're doing their martial artists techniques. And Kellie shows up, and she's actually able to hold her own pretty well. Obviously, she's pretty trained because of her duties being a police officer. And this butterfly, this was also referenced quite a bit in the original graphic novel. I'm not sure if the color or the butterfly itself is symbolism for something. So then it cuts over here to one of the officers is talking to Wei Lun, which is interesting. And this is the Dragon Master, who they also reference in the original graphic novel. And it's revealed that they have their own form of mercenaries ready to kill Owen Johnson. So the whole martial arts faction is sort of turned against Owen Johnson, aside from Ma Guang. So it's interesting to see why that happened. But very good. And then they have the mailbag here, and they were talking about one of the questions. I can't really seem to find it right now, but one of the questions was whether or not this is going to be like Invincible or Walking Dead. Now, The Walking Dead was close to 200 issues, and Invincible was 150 issues. And Robert Kirkman was like, it's not going to be that heavy, but it's going to be pretty heavy. You're looking at years. And he mentions the fact that they have like 12 to 15 issues already done. So these guys plan it well in advance. They have a nice story set in their minds, and you got another issue coming out October 7th. Looks like Owen's getting attacked by a chain. Let's see if any of these characters have a chain. Yeah, looks like she's got sort of chain right there. So I highly recommend this Robert Kirkman's Firepower. Very good quality. With the Image Comics, it depends on who's producing it. With Spawn and Todd McFarlane, you get a nice quality book. And obviously with Skybound, you get a nice quality book here. And then I highly recommend this Firepower Prelude Volume 1, which is only $10. And you get about 160 pages. So I recommend it all. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And stay tuned for more new comic book reviews coming soon. Everybody have a great day.